to Malvern. We are MASA Mexican Kitchen, and we are here in partnership with Mexican Mama. We're going to be doing a cook-along for a traditional dish of tlacoyos. And Mexican Mama has kindly provided some of the products that we're going to be using. I will introduce, this is my son, Jacob. We're going to be doing a cook-along, which is like a family one, because many have their kids at home, and it's like a good way to introduce them to some of the dishes.
Yeah.
Jacob is going to be doing a drink.
Yes.
And he's going to be showing us how to do it.
So, before we start, I just want to say a quick words. First of all, we are experienced makers, so if you can't find any of these unusual ingredients, just go over to Mexican Mama. And second of all, we didn't have enough of time to actually practice. So if we have any incidents, please bear with us.
Yes, because we're live.
We are trying our best to make the best quality food at the best possible price.
Okay, so we're gonna start. As I said, Mexican Mama has kindly provided some products. The first thing that we're gonna do is to start with the masa for the tlacoyos. So this one is a really good one. Actually, I didn't try it before. I don't know, I really found like in a street food. So we wanted to be in our garden in Malvern so that we can do like a little bit of a street food thing going on.
So our business, it has many types of corn, and so we can make different colors. Like we can make yellow
with turmeric, yeah.
And then
we can make well, because corn it's very easy to add different flavors and colors. You can actually change it. Primarily the corn that we find in the UK is white, but this one is naturally blue. And if you have white corn, in Mexico there are different types of corn, different colors. So we will be we like to change and do like different flavors like turmeric to make our yellow tortillas. But this one we're gonna use 1 cup. It's first going. So if you want to get closer, Roberto.
who is going to be viewing chat, and hopefully we are going to answer
some of the
very
questions.
important questions which you have to answer. Maybe
Wait, you have any question for us, then that would be good. Jacob can help us to do some. I'm gonna pass the phone over there.
Maybe
So this one is gonna be two cups of masa, and then we are going to use. I actually quite like to introduce a little bit of liquid. First of all, a little bit of oil, just because you want to make sure that the masa has a little bit of a texture, that it's hydrated.
We have a question.
We have a question.
What's Jacob's favourite Mexican meal?
Yeah. Hello there, person. Well.
Paola.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, even though I am half British and I am half Mexican, I am born a British
So you like
man.
beans?
So my favourite Mexican food, I would have to say it would be frijoles, which I think are right here. So yeah, basically that.
Okay, now let me do the recipe for the masa. So we're gonna use some of the salt. I actually like to season the masa just because it's quite nice actually to do this. And because we're live, we clearly forgot to bring our lukewarm water. So the cameraman is gonna go and give me some lukewarm water while I just show you. This is the masa. I do apologize for that. We were trying to be really prepared.
Yeah,
but you go.
I need to get some
This is
water.
what happens.
Oh yeah, also for the
And then,
viewers out there.
while we are just trying to wait for the water to arrive, I just want to show you this close-up of the masa. This is the one that you want to use, and this is the word that I mentioned about the nixtamalized corn tortilla flour. Just really make sure that you're using that. I have tried different ones just because when I came into the UK, there was a difficult to find some of the real thing. So for the masa, I will say yes, incorporate some water. I'm gonna use a glove.
Yeah, I just need to go and get some water since my throat is a little dry, and besides it, I need to actually get some voice action going because obviously, if you don't know, I'm wearing a Luigi outfit since it's kind of Italian Mexican.
Yes,
so
the colors.
I'll be right there.
Okay. So for the masa, you definitely, as I mentioned, want to incorporate a little bit of the moisture. This one is a lot of just seeing how you start to feel a little bit more flexibility. It's like if you are playing using Play-Doh, you just really want to make sure that you get these incorporated thoroughly. And I prefer to use one hand so that I can put pressure into it because you really want to get the water. Start getting it start incorporating a little bit by little bit. And Jacopo, put some things.
So if you are wondering already, is that this cook along is going to last for precisely 1 hour. If you are cooking along with us, feel free to
ask us some questions if you need
ask us some questions about. I mean, you can ask us almost anything. I mean, you can ask us about food preparations, and maybe. And so,
do we have any questions?
To go pure fresh.
Bowl, so you can see that it's nice and to rest.
Yes. So
if you want to have, I will say just obviously you can use a wet towel. For now, I'm just gonna use a little bit of cling film. You can use beeswax or whatever wrapper you have. So we're gonna leave this one to rest for around half an hour, but we need to leave it to rest. I have one already prepared, but we're gonna leave it to rest for a moment. And while we have to be done, Jacopo is gonna be helping us to make some agua de Jamaica.
While we do this agua de Jamaica, maybe we can answer some questions for you. So keep them coming in.
So do we have any questions?
Yep,
Roberto?
Any questions? Nope. Well,
okay. Going on?
Nope.
On the other phone? We're trying questions?
What am I going to do first?
I can see.
No. Okay. So this is actually quite nice from water from Manantial.
Okay.
Manantial.
Why do you have to let the masa rest?
Sorry?
Why do you have to let the masa rest?
You have to leave it rest so that the liquid that you incorporated actually, I will say, makes it a little bit easier to turn into tortillas or something. It's like when you are preparing bread, you really want to leave it to rest so that all the liquid or whatever you have incorporated, it has a little bit of time to rest. So here is, so Jacopo is coming to do some of the, okay, so this is 800 ml, and Mexican Mama actually kindly provided some of the concentrate, which is Jamaica. This is hibiscus, and it's really nice. It has it's high in vitamin C. This powder, the recommendation is for a liter, and you can just have it as like a squash, but it already includes sugar, and what it's really rich, natural food. You can do different things with that one. So we're gonna pour our fresh water in here so that we can add the flavor.
So
6, but what we found, we already tried this one on
Is that
earlier.
So we recommend that you start with 4.5.
Yes.
Or do you do 5?
Well, it really depends on the taste of the person. So do you want to pick 4? And
Yeah.
Jacob is going to show us because he likes to do that.
Yes, so if you want a cup, so of course, as you see here, I have pulled roughly around about 1 tablespoon.
Yes.
Of course, you want the excess powder to actually come off so you can get a excellent position. So
Just put it in it.
you can either just press it across anything
Yep.
and do it like that to get perfect measurements. Of course.
And then to put the... We tried it, again, the recommendation in the package is for 6. It really depends how you like it. We, Jacob's recipe is with 4.5, and we think that is sweet enough.
Yes.
So that is, how many do you have already?
I have...
What's our signature dish?
Our signature dish.
Is our cameraman's pork. He makes the best pork in the world. Actually, of course, in our garden, we don't actually own pigs. Honk honk. So...
Oink, oink.
Oh, I thought it was a honk. So we have another.
Do you want to mix?
We have another provider of someone who owns pigs with the name we are not going to say to
Well, no, I think that we can say. This is one of the things that we want to do is to have really good quality ingredients. I know that has been mentioned in a previous of the cook-alongs, and I think that when you start with a really nice product, it's easier to cook. So we have a friend that raises pigs, and we get the pigs from her. So our signature dish, I will say, is the Mexican pork, which is like a pulled pork type of a dish with Mexican chili, and we added chili just for flavor. We add chile guajillo, which is primarily for flavor. So we're gonna put this one in here. Jacob,
so as I was saying, so their business is known as Hilltop Farm.
Yep.
They make excellent pork, and they have not. We are not making it now, but if you want to follow along with us after this class is over, and we can do like events on our Instagram or whatever we are on.
Question: Do you need to add sugar to the Jamaica?
No, that's a very good question. This one already has sugar, so it's ready for you to use. You can just pour the power into some water and then just drink it.
Everybody's loving you at the moment, Jacob.
Oh yeah, high five!
He's the star. He likes, that's the Mexican hips.
Yeah.
So we do some shaking, and then we're ready to taste it. Shall we have some?
Yes. So of course, okay. So you need to make the, of course, consistency of water. Of course.
Roberto, some drink there.
Gracias.
Now look at the beautiful color. So this is what we're going to be drinking today, and I have to mention that. Let me have a sip.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cheers. That's really good actually.
So if you want the perfect mica, is that when you add about 1 to 3 tea tablespoons, it will be bright red.
Yes.
If it's bright red,
Like
it
now.
means the sugar that means there isn't too much sugar. And so if you want it dark, that it just sucks in the bit of flavour.
Someone said hello from Brazil.
Hello.
Brazil.
Hello from Brazil.
Hello, Brazilians.
From Brazil. Okay, I'm just gonna have to mention that we also have made guava juice, which is this one. This one as well is really, really good. And guava is one of those fruits that sometimes it's very tricky to find in here. I love guava. You love guava as well, don't you? But this one was really, really good. So we love these ones. This is what you would normally have, because if you have like fruit that is on season, you would just have it primarily instead of pop. Yes, my darling.
Well, actually, most of the people who are watching this aren't actually Mexican. I'm sorry.
Well, you never know.
You don't know.
That.
Oh
You
yeah,
never
well,
know.
because people are joining us so they can learn.
Taco Collective want to put tequila in the Jamaica.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. So you can make like a syrup on this one, and then if you have some tequila and you want to make margaritas, that's gonna be super super nice. We actually tried it for a private event, and it was really really popular with people. Actually, you can put as well like a margarita, like a guavarita type of thing with guava, pretty much with everything. You can just, I mean, come on, tequila goes with everything. So we're gonna continue.
So to make the perfect Michael guava,
Yeah.
you need to. And so here are the downsides of failure, but also if you get it just right, it will be perfect.
Yes.
If you add too much sugar, it will be too sweet, and the water, and you won't gonna taste any water, and then it won't get the kind of dark feeling.
Okay, now we're gonna start making the food. You can sit down if you want. You can just join me in here and making some of it like I
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Peace, veins.
Okay, so he's coming back in a minute, but let's just start with the tlacoyos. Okay, so this is the one that we made earlier. This is the one that we have already made. Yes, I will just encourage you, as I said before, just to leave it to rest. And when you have the masa, you can see that it's very soft. You can just do different things with it. And now, because we're on a sort of street food, we're gonna switch on our griddle. If you have one of these, we find it really useful to make our tortillas, or you can have like a pan, like a non-stick or a comal. So that's traditionally how they cook it. For this one, what you want to make is you want to grab like a little bowl.
La rolita de fondo.
Like a?
La rolita de fondo.
La rolita de fondo. Ah, yes, yes. This is Jacob made like a playlist with Mexican music, and we're listening to Morenita. Bye. This is really good.
I was
Okay.
going to add beautiful people by,
Yes,
Ed
because he
Sheeran.
likes.
So, oh yeah, but then just Mexican.
Okay, so with this one, you want to grab a little bowl in your hand, and you want to make it like a bowl. You press it with your hand. You can make it a little bit bigger. What you want to do, we're doing this so that we can incorporate some of the beans, and just putting them in here. So you're making it a little bit bigger. So traditionally, the tlacoyos are supposed to be shaped into a little eye. So we're gonna try to do that. And this, I have to say, this is the first. Really, really good. You can find them in different stands, and that's really, really good. So, and then these beans, I have to make a pause because these ones are really, really good. These are Isadora. We opened them earlier. We had them for our lunch. These are black beans, and these are super simple. With Mexican Mama, I have to say that it's just online. You can order it and have like a Mexican supermarket deliver straight to your door. So we have the beans. You can warm them up if you buy them. This is super simple. You can just buy them, put them in a pan to warm up. And now let's just start building our tlacoyo. We have some beans in here.
Which I love, by the way.
Yes, she loves the beans. So we're gonna add like around 1 spoon. It depends how big you want to make them. You want to put them like in the center, and then you want to close it.
So, I don't know much about, kind of
And then you close it.
tortillas, except you want the actual
And then
tortilla to actually be big enough So
And then you, I really, the way that I like to make them is I put them in my hand.
Oh, I think she's asking how thin do the tlacoyos need to be?
Well, the tlacoyos, I don't really like to make them too thin. I will say like around 1 centimeter thick, the little circle that you make. Just because you want to have a little bit of consistency, and I quite like them to be filling so that you can have like a nice meal. This is something that you will find in the city center in Mexico City, or in different stands, and in gorditas or something like that. It's like a quick way to have like a nourishing meal. So once you have it like that, I like to extend it all across my hand, and then I just like to press them. I like to give them like a little bit of a shape. You have them like that, you just put them, they start to cook. Depends how big you want them. So I'm gonna make a couple of them so that you can see how they are. And one thing about our business is we decided to call it MASA. Because MASA is such a beautiful product that you can actually work with. It adapts to whatever you have available. You can make it into a taco, you can make it into a gordita, you can really make it into different things. So because we're Mexicans and we have really good products in the UK, you know, the seasons, you can see a little bit more on products. And our food in MASA, it's really trying to get traditional ingredients, thanks to you providers as Mexican Mama, traditional ingredients with a little bit of a touch of British. So here I'm gonna make another one.
Somebody joined late. I said, did you just use MASA water and salt at the beginning?
And a little bit of oil. I like to use a little bit of oil just because I think that it brings a little bit more moisture to the flour. And I do apologize, I'm not giving too much of exact measurements, because you have to really find what works for your flour.
Are we doing takeaways at the moment?
We are. Okay, so our business, we primarily do pop-up events. We do farmers market, our local farmers market, and we also do private events. With whatever is happening right now, we decided to change our model, and now we're just doing takeaways.
well,
And I have to say,
I can tell you at one point they wanted to maybe create, because takeaways, because they wanted to basically do pop-up so they can get a kind of fan base and then do takeaways.
yes.
And so then they can be popular in a safe way.
I guess it is for people to get to know our food. You know, when you think about Mexican food, sometimes they think about burritos or different things, but Mexican food is such a varied cuisine from state to state. So we wanted to bring. I'm from Jalisco, which is in the sort of center towards the west. And we have different dishes. So my favorite one from Jalisco is birria, which we are cooking now. Okay, so I'm making another one.
Tanya says hello.
Cool.
Tanya. Tanya.
Tanya. Hello, Tanya. It's a friend, a Mexican friend from Domingo. Okay. So we made another one. He has my mom's Mexican kids because he loves
What's the difference between tlacoyo and gordita?
Okay, so this is a tlacoyo, and then the gordita I'm gonna show just because gordita is also good. As I mentioned with MASA, you can do whatever you want. This one is quite a gordita is like a circle that you can. Again, I will say this needs to be a little bit thick. This one is a little bit not so thick, but you can make it even thicker. And this beautiful circle, you can fill it in with beans. You can cook it like this, and then you can cook it and open it and put some beans inside, some meat. Something very similar, I guess, is like the what's the name? The Colombian
Well,
arepas. So I'm gonna make a gordita so that you can see. This one will be plain one. And then if I can just show you on this one, you can see the difference. This has been cooking for a few more minutes, and this one is the one that I just put. It doesn't really matter if the beans actually come out from there, because it doesn't really matter because they're gonna be delicious. It starts to have some marks in there that is actually being cooked. I like to leave them to cook properly for a few minutes, and make for whoever asks for a gordita. I know that I'm making tlacoyos, but I'm just gonna make you one, because once you have your masa, you can do tortillas, you can do a gordita. This one is gonna be a gordita with a little bit of beans. Maybe I should have had. And then you want to close it.
They basically start out chubby, but when they are cooking, is that they heat down and become smaller, and they become more fragile.
Yes.
So don't expect
We're gonna put a little bit more because this one opens.
tortillas to actually be chubby. And the reasons aren't, I would say that they aren't really Mexican food.
Well, they are, because they cook them they eat them in the north. So where we are from, we mainly eat corn, don't we?
But it's
So in the north, they have more of flour.
But
Okay.
it's basically
So this one is with beans. Salsa gordita with beans. Sorry, my darling. What did you want to say?
well, they are kind of like the bootleg of Mexican.
Well, the people in the north, they like to have, they prefer, well, it's more common to have. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean my hands here. Making cactus. And this is a dish that we wanted to introduce in our offering for takeaway food. So this is the one that Mexican Mama is offering. It's a carey. Again, these are nopales from. This is the tender cactus. Maybe you can see them over here. They're like already chopped, and they are like in a pickle. Is it pickle? How do you say it?
Brine.
Like a brine. So if you buy this one, it says that it's for around 10 servings. So I'm just gonna use half of these container, which I have already here. I will say that you need to rinse them a little bit. Just give them a quick swirl with water if you want to remove some of the brine. Now I'm gonna turn this one. This one is still not ready. Now when I am saying it's not ready, it's because I think that it needs to have a little bit more cooking in there. So do we have? Okay. So these are the cactus. They're already rinsed. And one of the questions that people ask whenever we want to really introduce products that you can find in Mexico in any stand, people ask us what nopales taste like, and it's like a green bean. Would you say? Yeah, like a
Texture is.
like the texture is. But this is a product and an ingredient that you can use in different ways. We like to have it in a salad just because it's easier for the takeaways, but and because that's how I like to eat it, quite honestly. But then you also can cook it into some salsas, or you can cook it into in Mexico you can have it with meat, or you can have it with vegetables. In different recipes. So I'm gonna use these cactus, just put it in there, and again, the salad, the main thing that we'll use is everything is pretty much fresh. You want to have some coriander, you want to have some nice chopped onion, you want to have some tomato. And these are some salsas which I will talk to you about in a minute. But these ones, one tip that I will say when making the cactus salad is that you want to remove some of the seeds inside. So I have here some beautiful tomatoes. I'm just going to show you.
I think someone's suggesting that you can grill the whole cactus pad and have a taco.
Yes. Yes. So if you, like in Mexico, you can find them, the young cactus. You can find them fresh, and then you can just grill them like a steak. So delicious, just with salt. Oh, so good, so good. Unfortunately, here you can't really find them fresh. So, but yes, it's so good. I don't see why not you would have a taco salad. Okay, so for the tomatoes, as I said, for the salad, you really want to remove the inside of these. Just because that is if you chop it with these, it will bring a lot of water into your salad. Okay, so now you want to get this one out. I use this spoon. This is a spork because it has like a serrated section. You can use whatever spoon, or you can use your whatever you feel more comfortable with. So I like to remove these ones, and then I just like to chop the inside like this. So that's how we prepare our chopped tomatoes for our salsas and anything that we do. And this one is already chopped, so I'm not gonna use them. I'm just gonna put them in there. And then these are really nice tomatoes. I like tomatoes to be nice and ripe. So for the nopales salad, you add a little bit of tomatoes, and then some onion, and this creates like the Mexican flag, which is green, white, and red. So you can add like that. Okay, and then you just mix. So that's our first thing with this one. And while I'm making these, I have to turn my, that's our gorditas. Let me see. This one is looking nice. This one is pretty much done. So you can see the beans. And no, I didn't warm up the beans, but it doesn't really matter because when you're cooking them, they're gonna be warm. Okay, so for the cactus, I will say you want to add some salt. Just to start with a little bit, and then just see what's the taste. And I like to add some lemon. So for the lemon, I'm just trying to catch some of the seeds if there are any. And I think that the lemon brings a little bit of acidity, which is really, really nice. You can add more of the chopped tomatoes or more onion if you want it. I like to see what's the ratio, because I want to taste the cactus as well. And then I think that I will use all of it. So add all the, if you like to use, I quite like the white onion, but you can also use red if you wanted to have some of the color.
So I'm gonna make agua de guayaba.
No, the agua de guayaba we already have it. So we have our agua de jamaica. Do you want to have some of the guayaba one?
Yeah, I'm just trying this.
Oh, is it good? So sweet. Yes, we have somebody with a sweet tooth. Okay, so our cactus salad is good. And like with anything, I will say just taste, just to see how it is with the salt. Now, with the onion, I quite like to, with the lemon, I think that it sort of softens the flavors a little bit. So I'm just gonna taste it for not bad.
If you want
So
to
it doesn't need any more salt.
If you want to make agua de guayaba, it is basically the same process as the Jamaica. So you first need to mix approximately how many. You need to mix some of the powder in, and then stir it. And so of course the package of both of them recommends 6, but of course, because of course on the Jamaica, I prefer 4.5, and on the guayaba, I prefer 4 only.
That's
so
right.
And then you need to thoroughly mix it, because you don't want any powder missing. You want to suck up every single bit
Of the
flavor. Next is that you need to pour it in a container that holds precisely 800 milliliters. Of course, you can use any bottle, except you are going to have to add even more powder to actually get even more space. And then after you've put it in the bottle, thoroughly shake it so there isn't any excess powder, and then that's it. And so that's how you can make both Jamaica and guayaba.
Yes.
Now let's taste it while she takes a break.
It's really good. And now the sun, it just completely decided to leave us, but it was a nose. Okay, so let's, as you can see, the powder goes to the bottom. You can see it in there. So just mix it.
Except the powder isn't actually there. It's basically
It just tends to go to the bottom.
if you pour in a little bit of a drink,
Yeah.
and so you pour in around about a bit of the bottom. Of course, that has less flavor.
Yeah.
So look. So as you see right here,
Yeah.
when I put a bit in, of course, so that is white. See right there?
Right.
That's
So
white.
he loves his aguas frescas.
If you put a bit more, and the color will actually come, and that has need one more bit of powder.
Okay, so we can try it next time
Okay.
with 5. Okay, so now, do we have any questions?
Any questions?
Just the Jacobite rocks, apparently.
Oh yeah! Give it down to where the person like this. Oh yeah!
Okay.
Rock! Yeah!
Okay. Okay, so now, while our tlacoyos are almost ready, but I just want to take a moment to talk about these frijoles.
Because someone's drinking mezcal already.
Somebody's drinking mezcal. That would sound like a good idea, actually. I think that we're going to follow after this one with some mezcal. Okay, so these beans, I just want to mention them because whoever comes from Mexico to visit has to bring me some of these. They're so absolutely delicious. If you are from Guadalajara, if you've ever been to Guadalajara, Carnes Garibaldi is like a very traditional place to go and eat. These are the best beans because they are cooked with elote and some serrano. These are delicious. So these ones are not vegetarian, but these are really good. If you want vegetarian beans, I will definitely say these ones. Mexican Mama has different variety of beans. I quite like to have the black ones, just because it doesn't, it's just a sort of, I will eat any bean, let's just be honest. Okay, so this one is really, really good. We are kind of ready to plate our tlacoyos.
So,
But first, I will do a gordita. Okay, so I will actually do the tlacoyo. So this tlacoyo, you can see that it has, I quite like it when it's sort of dark. Okay, now let's just start with this one. Okay, so Jacobo is disappeared.
Yeah, I'm just
over here. Okay, so do you want to come and give a look? This is a tlacoyo, and when you go to Mexico, they usually give it to you like in plastic things. This is like a very taqueria type of thing. But when it comes to how you want to have them, you can just have them like that. I particularly like to have a little bit more beans just because they are so good. And then I will add a little bit of salsas. So Mexican mama sent us 2 salsas, which are really, really good. We tried them earlier. This is a salsa roja, and this one is, you can see there has a little bit of the tomatoes until they're a little bit burnt, because it gives like a really, really nice flavor. So that is salsa roja. And then this is a green tomate. This is a little bit more fruity, and we love this one. Drink this one now. So this is really, really good. This is a little bit more fruity. I would say this one is a little bit more spicy, and the salsas are just here. So I will add a little bit of both, just because it's just like really nice.
Yes.
Like the Mexican flag as well. I didn't have this dish, by the way, could be vegan, vegetarian, friends, meat eaters, pretty much everybody will love it. If you want to add some cream and cheese, you can as well do that. And then we are going to add the tlacoyo.
Now,
The nopales to the tlacoyo. And that is, maybe it looks a little bit like massive, but I think that it's quite nice because you can just grab it and eat it, or if you are at home, you can eat it with a bit of a fork.
those kind of look like
So-
canoes.
It does, doesn't it? So the salsas are running a little bit, but if we have somebody ask about gordita, so I'm just gonna do a gordita. This is a normal one.
Yes,
So you just really want to open it when you're using the knife, just be careful, and you just want to open it like this.
For those
And then
people-
eat like that, and then you want to open the gordita. Is like a little pocket of deliciousness. Add a little bit of beans. You can add some beans. We love these beans. And then again, why not just add
Yes, so
your nopales?
uh
You can just add your nopales in here. And then if you want to add some of the red cells, yellows, whatever, what color is this? Green. You can just add them as well. This one has beans. You can just do whatever you want with the masa, really. You can just like, but that's the nice thing about being live.
yes,
Things
so
happen.
so Mama Answer says salud. We
Salud.
are drinking with you.
Ooh, amazing. Mezcal.
Mezcal.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a bad internet problem. It doesn't really matter. So, if it is paused due to bad connection, we are sorry.
So this one is the gordita with more beans. And on this one, I actually just kind of put some of the red salsa. This is really, really good.
Yes.
You can just add it in there. And then you have one tlacoyo, one gordita with beans and nopales and salsa verde. You have one with frijoles and salsa roja. This one is falling a little bit apart because that's what happens. But you know, tacos fall apart, but they are really, really nice. And this one, yes, Mama. The what? Okay. Now,
You can.
if you just want to have, and why not? We're gonna have this one as well. If you just want to have that one without beans, I think the salsa is so good. So you can have it just with a little bit of salsa in here. And this one is a little bit more fruity. It doesn't really have much of a heat, which is good. Well, it doesn't have much of a heat for me, but I'm not very good on measuring heat because I quite like spicy food. But I want to show you this one, which I have not used, but tapatio sauce. I'm from Guadalajara, so people from Guadalajara call tapatios. This one, I love it. It's really, really good. It's like a hot sauce, but it has like a acidity to it, which is really nice. It goes fantastically well with some crisps or any food really, some whatever.
Yes,
And then I will put a little bit, I quite like it to eat it like that. So you can do it. And then that's pretty much all the products that we have today.
Yes, so
I mean, I don't know if anybody has any questions.
can I?
Yes, you
Let's
can.
eat. Let's eat.
And so before we go, we would like to say thank you to everyone who has followed along with us.
Yes.
If you want to have more cooking demonstrations,
Yes.
then we can totally do that.
We're gonna try them. So, do you want? I'm gonna try them because I actually put chili sauce. So,
Yes.
that's very good.
Yeah, so one more thing.
That red sauce is really, really good. It's a bit more spicy. It's really good.
One more thing about the agave in Jamaica. Yes, it does need a recipe.
That's very good. I would definitely say, give a look at the products that Mexican Mama has. I know that they're gonna be having this video later on YouTube. So if you want to order your products and watch it later, just to see how, once you have your products, you can just recreate these dishes at home. Give a go to the cactus. You're not gonna regret it. This has been one of the popular menu items, and a big thank you to everyone who has really given it a try, who has ordered our menu for delivery. People have been leaving really nice comments about the cactus, which is very encouraging. And a little bit about our business. We do takeaway food as primarily it's not really like a food takeaway, but it's like a cold takeaway that you can order on Wednesday.
What is it?
By Wednesday at 6 p.m. is the deadline, and then you can have delivery on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah, I think so. I think Enzy she here.
Oh, very good. Hello, Emma. So, and then we have we try to use whatever ingredients we can find, but we have our regulars in there. So yes, try to give it a go. And we are gonna say one last word, Jacobo, before we go.
So about the agave de Jamaica, if the water is a bit powdery, it means that you haven't shaken it enough.
True.
So you need to shake it.
Where are we based?
We are based in Morven, and that's in Worcestershire. So we are doing deliveries primarily in the Morven area. Big shout out to the people from Morven for accepting our food, for giving us a try, and we also deliver around, sort of Birmingham. But if you're interested, just give a look at our page. Give a look at Mexican Mama, and give a look at what many other businesses are doing. We hope that once we're back to normal, we can actually do other pop-ups and do other festivals. And
do we ship to Ireland?
No, not yet, but
well, if they're willing to pay.
Oh well, then Roberto says the businessman who says that before. Anyway, but thank you so much for joining us.
One last word.
Yes.
One last word before we go. If you want maybe on Facebook, you can tell us if if we can do some more cooking.
Well, he's brave because this is our first one, so it's a bit of a. We were a little bit. Yes, this is our first one, so thank you so much for bearing with us.
Yes.
And yes,
we shall
Jacobo,
say our bid goodbye.
yes.
Viva Mexico, and we shall see you later. Oh!
Yes, and with that, we're gonna say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care. Be safe. Bye.
Yeah, see you.